Well, hello there, ladies and gents. 'Tis I, Photo Dave, and this is Toypixx. Now, if this is your first time on the channel, Toypixx is all about action figure photography. So I'll be talking a lot about figures, about what's going on in the action figure industry, all that. Plus, I'll be talking about photography, photo equipment, tips, tricks, tutorials, Photoshop edits, all that kind of stuff. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, go ahead and click subscribe. Now, today's video is more where I'm just kind of spitballing, just talking. This is my first lazy Sunday chill chat. No, I'm not going to try and play beat the clock with the tea. If it gets cold, I'm going to pause the video, I'm going to get up, and I'm going to get some more tea. So it's a chill chat for me, too. Man, I can't wait till I can do real live streams. Anywho, cue the intro. Now, I do have some topics written down that I'll be talking about a little bit. By the way, notice the green tea mug. If some of you haven't seen that before, it's so I don't forget what I'm drinking. That's not true at all. Also, I'm holding this with my left hand and I'm right-handed, so I'm going to try and switch this. Ooh, that is still kind of hot. That hurt a little bit. But I left a little outline of things I'll be talking about, so I'm not totally flying off the cuff, but they're just topics. So I am going to kind of fly off the cuff when I introduce the topics. So the first thing I'm going to be talking about is Friday's Transformers live stream. Now, when it comes to Hasbro Transformers, I'm just not really into them. I tried a couple years ago to get some Earthrise figures. I tried last year to get some Studio Series 86 figures, and I liked the look of them, but the engineering didn't feel right. And I know a lot of people have said, well, Earthrise didn't have great engineering anyway, and that makes me wonder, well, why was that ever allowed to be on the market if the people at Hasbro knew it didn't have great engineering? And then I remembered I used to work in a corporate environment, and I was kind of the go-between between product teams and upper management. Product teams didn't really want to deal with upper management. Upper management obviously didn't necessarily want to deal much with product teams. So I was just the guy that didn't care, and I deal with both. No big deal. And one day, one of the product team guys comes in, and he was fuming. He was so angry. A marketing piece had been put together where a ton of the information was incorrect. And I mean, I'm reading it. I don't know much about the product, honestly, but I knew what my job there was. But I'm reading it and knew that the product, that the information was bad. And I took it to the management and I said, guys, we can't ship this out. I mean, these guys are fuming mad because of this. And this just can't, we have to redo this thing. And the upper management basically looked at me and said, well, Dave, here's the thing. We know it's horribly wrong. This thing should never have been put out that way. But we've already printed all of them, so we're going to send them out to our customers. That's just corporate thinking, I guess. So when Earthrise was kind of a disaster, they thought, well, we already have these made. Time to ship them out. The problem with that is that was my first taste of Transformers in quite a while. And so I kind of thought, yeah, I don't really need this so much. Sadness. But I really don't like to get insane negative on this channel. I just figure maybe you guys are curious as to why I collect some things, why I don't collect other things. I have loved Transformers since I was a kid. I bought tons of the figures all the way through, I think, Cybertron. And honestly, Cybertron might be my favorite Transformers line of all time. Great figures. So it's not that I'm sitting here complaining just to complain or anything. I love the brand. And so when I saw the live stream was going to come on, I thought, man, I'm going to check this out. Let's see what these guys have going on. And again, I'm not really going to talk about stuff I didn't care about or didn't enjoy. I thought the RC from the Bumblebee movie figure, I thought she looked phenomenal. I thought they did a great job with that. I thought, let's see, Ironhide. Ironhide looked okay. I'm not totally sold on that look, I guess. I don't know what it is, because he looked like Ironhide, so I can't really sit here and say, well, he's not G1 enough, or whatever people whine about when it comes to Ironhide. There was something there that just wasn't speaking to me. Now, when they got to Studio Series 86, that stuff spoke to me. Sludge. I mean, the reason I got into Studio Series was I saw that Slug, of course, everybody I know refers to him as Slag because that's who he was way back when. But Slug was, when I saw he was coming out, he was my favorite Transformer, or my favorite Dinobot growing up. And I thought, man, I'm going to check this out. I'm going to load up on Studio Series because I'm going to have all the Dinobots. So I had Grimlock. And before Slug/Slag even came out, I just thought, man, the tolerances aren't good on this stuff, so I'm just going to sell them off. And I got rid of them as quickly as I started collecting them. But that doesn't mean that I don't look at Sludge and just think, man, that is a killer figure. I even thought that Spike looked good, their core class Spike. And the last one that I saw that I'm just like, this is incredible. And by the way, it's not because I hate Beast Wars. I just wasn't big into the recolors and the repacks. Actually, check this out. I would love it if Hasbro or somebody remade the first Transmetals Optimus Primal and the first Transmetals Megatron. I loved those figures. And Megatron, last time I tried pulling him out, he basically disintegrated. But I love the idea of a Transmetal monkey on a surfboard. Like, I love those figures. So it's not that I hate Beast Wars. It was just a lot of recolors and things that I just wasn't so interested in. But when it came down to Cup, and I know a lot of people are like, well, it's Cup, whatever. I had the Studio Series 86 Cup, and the one thing I didn't like was the clear windshield, because it didn't look enough like Cup to me. So when I saw the Bumblebee, whatever his collection is, Cup, and he looked way more like what I thought the Studio Series figure should have been like, I was geeked. I thought that Cup looked incredible. So here's something for all of you. Let me know what you thought of the Transformers live stream in the comments. Let's see what you got fired up about. Do you collect Transformers? All that. And now, on to the next topic. And the next topic I have in my notes for today's lazy Sunday chill chat are mic troubles. Yes, friends, mic troubles. I am using my iPhone 13 Pro. Not Pro Max. I didn't get ultra fancy. But that's the mic that I'm basically using to record these on. And what I've discovered is that's not good enough when you're trying to do a Photoshop tutorial, for instance. So all these Photoshop tutorials that I put together, they're okay until the last couple where just the sound is awful. Like, I sound muffled, I sound really rough, all kinds of stuff like that. So I've been doing my research. I've been looking into mics that I can attach to the phone until I'm a little more big time and all that when it comes to the Toypixx videos. And I think either by the end of this coming week or the beginning of the following week, I'll be ordering something to make sure that the sound is a whole lot better, because mic troubles suck. Like, I don't like that you guys have to listen to a muffled me. I'm not sure I like that you guys have to listen to an echoey me. And I'm sure you guys aren't a huge fan when it comes to some of that stuff. So yeah, that's no fun. Also, one thing that I'm terrible about mentioning in these videos is make sure that you stick around till the end, because it is an action figure photography channel, and at the end of the video, I always put today's photo, like the photo of the day for Toypixx at the end of the video. So stick around for that. And now, well, I think I can go on to the next topic, which is kind of more Toypixx related. Not so much the channel, just Toypixx in general. Whew! And the tea, I'm not playing beat the clock with a tea, but it's not too bad yet. We'll see if I can make it through this without having to heat it up. So now let's talk a little bit about Toypixx, I guess. No crazy announcements or anything like that. Always drives me crazy when that gets done and things end up not happening the way that things were announced. So nothing crazy like that. I will say I can't wait till I can do live streams. I need Like I can do live streams now, I think, but it's limited. Like my capabilities for them are limited. But when I get to 1,000 subscribers, we'll be doing some live streams, kids, because I can only imagine you guys would be a blast to talk to. Ah, green tea. This is how everybody should wake up, by the way. Yes. Other things I want to talk about when it comes to Toypixx. I do want Toypixx to pay for the figures this year. So that's kind of my goal as I'm working toward being monetized on YouTube. I'll be working on merch, stuff like that. Let's see, we'll be doing affiliate links, things along those lines, possibly an ebook, possibly courses. Who knows? I'm not sure what all. I need to revamp the Toypixx website. I know I've got to do that. So this is just kind of general Toypixx news that I'm just kind of spitballing at you, letting you know sort of what the future holds for this whole thing. I would honestly love it if Toypixx made it so I just didn't have to do other things and I would just concentrate on this stuff all the time. I'd probably be able to make much higher quality videos. One other thing I want to bring up for Toypixx is on April 6th, I will have posted a photo every day for 2 years. And what I'm noticing with my photos is they're not groundbreaking. I'm not doing anything awesome with them. And part of that is because I've been doing more videos. Part of that because I've been working a little more and all that. I don't have tons of time. I don't have the same amount of time I had to allocate to the photos. And this is about photography. So it's possible, I'm not sure yet, but it's possible that after April 6th, I'm not going to do a photo a day. Maybe I'll do 3 or 4 photos a week. So I've got a little more time to really set them up, really make them look cool. And then once Toypixx is making some money and all that, then maybe I'll decide, okay, I can ramp this back up because if Toypixx is making money, that should equal more time for me to take care of this whole channel, those photos, the website, all that stuff. Whew! That's a lot for a one-man operation. Boy, it's a good thing I have all this tea and water. Thank you, D. Amazing. Next. And now the last topic I have for today's Lazy Sunday Chill Chat are price increases. Doesn't sound very chill-like, does it? Yeah. If you're following this channel because you enjoy action figure content, you probably know who Robo is. He's the guy that does all the videos for the Whoosh. And every Saturday, he uploads the Whoosh Weekly, where he talks about the general toy news that went on during that week. And at the end, he always has a little something extra to say. And yesterday's Whoosh Weekly, I'll leave a link in the description below because you definitely want to check this out. He talked about price increases and his take on it. And one of the things that he brought up was the overhead for the larger companies. And that encompasses a lot of things. No, he didn't go into big time detail with overhead, but when I really started thinking about it, they've got to keep the lights on. They've got huge buildings, I'm sure, where they've got to keep tons of people employed. Imagine you work at a company where the prices never increase. Maybe your production never really increases. You're not making more volume or anything. You're trying to find ways to cut costs and save money, but the price stays the same for forever. And eventually you're not going to be able to get raises. You're not going to be able to give your people raises. The people that work there aren't going to get raises and they're going to start jumping ship. So that's a little bit of overhead too that you have to think about. You also have to think about shareholders, and shareholders are the one thing that always drives me nuts because when a small company is able to crank out incredible figures for not as much as what a large company is able to crank them out for, a lot of it is shareholders trying to maximize their profit. And I can't blame them, but I don't like it. I've always thought if I had a massive company, I would never want to take it public because eventually the company would not be able to put out great product anymore because the shareholders would always be trying to maximize every cent they could. So I just don't like it, but I understand it. Something else that I've looked at the cost of plastics, and plastics are through the roof. It's insane. Since the pandemic started, they've gone up like 2 to 3 times. Like the cost of plastic is crazy. Now, before this part of the video gets way too long, I'm going to take a sip and then just hit stop on the whole recording thing and start again. Tea. A great way to wake up in the morning. So really, there are all kinds of reasons for the price increases. You've got to give your people raises. You have shareholders. You have to keep the lights on. You've got insane pricing when it comes to how much plastic has gone up. So what I see in the future here, at least as far as the larger companies are concerned, are a whole lot more repaints. And we don't have to like it, but that's probably what they're going to end up serving up. It just makes sense. You've got to save money wherever you can, and you're probably going to save money on tooling because plastic prices are what plastic prices are. So I think we're going to see a lot more repaints. Does that mean that I think that's great and I have to like it? Not even a little. Like, just because I understand why prices are increasing doesn't mean I'm gonna be a fan and just keep collecting like I was. I was actually very fortunate. At the end of last year, I realized that I had just a bunch of stuff that I didn't care about. It all looked like the same figure with a fresh coat of paint. So I sold massive amounts of Marvel Legends and Star Wars Black Series, just got rid of them. And what I see in the future is a lot more repaints of those two lines. I don't blame anybody for that, except maybe shareholders. Despicable. But yeah, that's what I see in the future for those two lines. I see that for the future of G.I. Joe and Transformers. But here's the thing about G.I. Joe. I love G.I. Joe, and they still look like they're worth the money, whereas a lot of other lines don't necessarily look like they're worth the money. But that's just subjective. You may have a totally different take on all that. So again, I understand why price increases are happening. That doesn't mean I'm going to spend the money anymore. Like, I made a point, I posted on the Whoosh way back when on one of their forums when they were talking about price hikes and all this, that just two of my bills added up to over $100 more a month, which is basically at this point 4 Marvel Legends a month, which means that my bills have gone up 48 Marvel Legends a month, and that's just two of them. That doesn't count the cost of gas, the cost of keeping the place heated up, the cost of groceries, and all the other stuff. And everything's increasing. If it were just toys that were increasing, this wouldn't hurt so much, but everything's increasing, and most people's pay isn't increasing to meet it. So things are going to have to be cut out. That's why I'm lucky. I feel that I'm lucky after getting rid of a lot of the stuff last year and deciding, okay, I just want great figures that can look like they're the centerpiece of my collection that I can take pictures of. And no matter what figure I just pull down from the shelf, I love the figure and I love shooting. So that was pretty much my take on the whole price increase thing. But make sure you check out Robos. I really enjoyed his take on the whole deal. And now, what do you think of the price increases? What do you think of it? Even if you understand it, are you still going to be getting into that stuff? I don't know. I mean, everybody's situation, again, Robo brought this up, everybody's situation is different. Maybe it doesn't affect you at all. Maybe you're not a completist, because, man, the people that are really going to get hosed are the completists. Those people I feel bad for. But, yeah, that's the take on price increases. And that's it for today's Lazy Sunday Chill Chat. And what did I learn while I was spouting off all the spouting offable stuff that I spouted off about? I learned that I can't wait to do live streams with you guys. This is going to be a lot of fun. So, leave a comment. Let me know what you thought of today's chat. Let me know if you have any additional thoughts that you want to talk about in the future, maybe, or just your general thoughts on price increases, Transformers. Maybe you've even got a mic suggestion for me that can just attach to my iPhone 13 Pro. I would love those suggestions. Yeah. So, with me just no longer feeling like rambling, make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you're digging the content. And hey, like I say, I need 1,000 of you before I can do live streams without any limitations. So if you're really digging the content, go ahead and share it. And that's it. Everybody enjoy your Sunday. Have fun. And happy snapping. See ya.